Hi everyone, this is Abhinav from Phone Bunch and today we are reviewing the Micromax Canvas Elanza 2 A121. It's available for about Rs 9,500 right now. On the right of the device you can see you have the power lock and unlock button. It's very sturdy and you also have this metallic silver finish. It looks really neat. It's a bit glossy definitely. At the top you have the 3.5 audio jack, micro USB data syncing and charging port. Moving to the left, you have the volume rocker, which is again very sturdy. It's built of the same material as the side trim, which again makes the phone look really elegant. At the bottom, there's nothing except a space to open the back cover. Moving to the back, you have an 8 megapixel autofocus primary camera, single LED flash, and you also have a secondary noise cancellation microphone, Micromax branding, and at the bottom, you have the loudspeaker. It has two raised grooves so that the speakerphone doesn't get muffled. Well, that is actually taken care of by the camera hump as well. The back has a very nice leather sort of textured finish. You can see the false stitching on the side. Reminds me of the Galaxy Note 3. Let's open it up. It's quite easy to open. You see right there. It's a bit flimsy. It's a bit thin as well. But actually, when on the phone, it's quite solid. On the inside, you have two full-size SIM card slots right there. And the micro SD card slot right next to it, and then you have the 2000 mAh battery which powers the phone, and below it you can see the speakerphone as well. Insides are laid out perfect. There are no moving parts. It is powered by the Snapdragon 200 quad-core processor with 1 GB RAM, and it's actually one of the most handsome devices Micromax has ever made. The camera hump is slightly raised as you see. On the sides it has a trim which protects it from scratches. The phone feels really good to hold in the hand and both buttons are reachable with your fingers very easily. It has some weight to it as well. Now if we talk about the front, you have three capacitive buttons at the bottom which actually do light up. They have excellent backlighting. It does not bleed. You have your microphone right there and a 5-inch HD display. It's not the IPS variety but still has good viewing angles. Now at the top you have something which you might not have seen before. Yes, a secondary flash. You also have proximity and light sensors, main earpiece, and a 2 megapixel front-facing camera, which Micromax says is actually autofocus, but not so much, and there's no notification LED. Now coming back to the display, it actually has excellent viewing angles. The touch response is also excellent, but the color reproduction is a bit suspect. Let me change some wallpapers, you'll be able to see it yourself. Colors appear darker because of the high contrast ratio of this particular display. It's not exactly natural and they do seem a bit oversaturated, but just because of high contrast levels. Actually what they do is appear a bit darker. But as I said, the viewing angles are excellent and it's quite a sharp display. Now coming to network and call quality, this is your default dialer interface. It's very basic. We didn't have any issues with network on this phone. It has good Wi-Fi reception as well. I'll just show you the dialing interface. You see right there, nothing special. You can record calls as well when they actually go through. The earpiece is actually quite loud and clear too. The other person on the line was able to hear us quite well too. Now coming to call settings, you can turn on or off your proximity sensor when attending a call. Now coming to call settings, you can see right there the default options for both SIM1 and SIM2. You can forward calls, and you have some additional settings as well. Now coming to dual SIM settings, you can set aliases. You can check which particular network a particular SIM would use. You have Wi-Fi hotspot, Bluetooth tethering as well as USB tethering available on this phone, so no connectivity options are left. Now coming to the camera, you should first have a look at this oddity. Yes, the front-facing flash, it does works well at night if you want to take selfies. The camera interface is nothing to write home about. We have a separate camera review and you should definitely have a look at that. The rear flash too works fine but over small distances only. Now here are some image samples. This is a macro shot. You can see the image actually looks quite sharp. The camera has issues with color reproduction. It gives a bluish hue to green colors. Here you can see on the left normal, on the right HDR. HDR images do turn out to be a lot better. You can see here too, although colors are definitely oversaturated in HDR mode as well. Comparing it with Canvas 2 colors, you can see on the right is Canvas 2 colors, on the left Elanza 2. The Canvas 2 Colors has far better color reproduction. You can see in this also, colors seem oversaturated on the left, that is the Canvas Elanza 2. Now let's talk about music. So this is the default headset you get with the phone. It has flat style cables, in-ear style, single button interface to end and receive calls with other functionality, and you also have a silver pin. This actually is a good headset to listen to music. We've already started playing the track. You do have an equalizer. It's the Audio Plus engine from Snapdragon. So you see there is definite improvement in the audio quality. But the speakerphone should have been a bit louder. Have a listen. But it doesn't crackle at full volume. Now you can see that you can play or pause tracks with a single tap and switch to the next track with double tap of the headset button. Now this is the default FM radio interface. You can switch to the speakerphone, and it also allows you to record FM directly. So you can start recording right there. We didn't have any issues with FM reception, and it's able to find channels really quickly. You need to stop recording from that interface. Let's get into settings. So here you can see you can change the record duration, and you can also set the record path where it will actually be saved. Now we are playing a 1080p video. You can see that it's a bit choppy. However, after a few seconds, playback becomes quite smooth. 720p videos are no issues for this phone. Now we are playing a YouTube video. This will be played at 720p. HD resolution. It's our review of the Motorola Moto E. Have a listen.
It comes in at about rupees 7,000 with a whole lot of features. On the left of the device you can see absolutely nothing. Matte black plastic at the bottom.
The display is sharp.
You have a secondary noise cancellation microphone, 3.5.
And the video playback is absolutely smooth. You can see right there, we are playing in HD quality right there. Now let's come to software. So it's a very generic, a very stock Android experience on this phone. Now coming to your notification toggles, the only thing that's been changed is the Bluetooth icon. In settings, we have already shown you several of them. Now coming to about, you can see it's the Micromax A121 running Android 4.3 Jelly Bean. It's powered by the Snapdragon 200 quad-core processor. You do have software updates available as well. Now coming back to settings, we have already shown you several of them. You can turn on or off mobile data, Wi-Fi from right here. Coming to user profiles, you can customize this with ringtone for specific SIM cards, notifications as well as messages. You can turn on or off vibrate on touch. You can also create your own profile. Now coming to display settings, you do have auto brightness available here, and you also have daydream if you want to enable that. In storage settings, you can see you have 1.23 GB as your internal storage, and you have 1 GB that's your phone storage. However, apps are not movable to the SD card. That's a pity here, and nor is app data, so you won't be able to install higher end games on this phone. So space is quite limited, and USB OTG is also not supported. Coming to location access, you do have a GPS on this phone with assisted GPS support, so it's able to find your location really quickly, especially when you are outside. Now coming to security, you have a face unlock option. That's the only new option apart from pattern, pin and password. It works quite well. It has a liveliness check, so you need to blink so that nobody could be able to unlock your device even if they have your photograph. You can improve face matching. It takes a lot more photographs to do that. Now you do have Android Device Manager as the device administrator, which will let you find, ring or even erase your device in case it is lost. You need to sign up for this service online through Google. Then you also have app ops or app permission options. So you can see here which apps use which particular permission. So you can allow these to be used, you can ignore them, or you can say that the app will ask you always. Now coming to the home screen, you have 5 default home screens and you can't increase that number. It's a default launcher. Here's the app drawer. Not many apps come pre-installed, just the basic Google apps. And we have installed the rest. Some useless games from Micromax also come installed and they cannot be uninstalled. Now this is the default keyboard. Now this is the same Reverie keyboard that you find on the Canvas 2 Colors as well as the Canvas Unite 2. And here too you have the 21 languages support, though not advertised. So you can choose any language you want. I'll choose Hindi right now. And you can type in Hindi and it will be sent as such. So again, 21 languages support with the Riveri keyboard. Now this is our mobile website. We have loaded it in Chrome. You can see that scrolling is a little bit jerky. Text reflows a bit slowly here. Now we'll switch to our desktop website. It's loaded fully. And you can see that the text and images reflow a bit slowly here. And that's why scrolling becomes a bit jerky as well. Now let's see if pinch to zoom works well. Well, pinch to zoom is actually quite smooth. The screen is really sharp, so text is very easily readable. You can see right there, Motorola to roll out Android 4.4.3 KitKat to Moto devices this week. That's the main news for today. Even in terms of general performance, the phone turns a bit sluggish if you have too many apps open. It begins to stutter and sometimes it freezes as well. And when that happens, the phone gets warm too. At the back, especially near the camera module. And if we just talk about battery life, you will be easily able to get more than a day's worth with normal usage. Much better than the Canvas 2 colors. Now wrapping it up, this phone actually has a decent display. The color reproduction may be a bit off, but it has excellent touch response. Although responsiveness from the OS could have been a bit better, it has excellent build quality. Far better than what we have seen from previous Micromax devices. Micromax should try to incorporate a unified theme within its smartphone range. But nevertheless, this phone actually is one of the better phones that we have seen. Performance could definitely have been better, especially at gaming, and a KitKat update could actually do wonders for this phone. Well folks, that was a review of the Micromax Canvas Elanza 2. It has excellent build quality, acceptable performance, and a just good enough camera. We'll be back with more. Till then, you can watch a review of the Canvas 2 colors, unboxing and gaming of the Canvas Elanza 2. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Any questions, hit us in the comments section. Thanks for watching and have a great day.